My first question is in the book of Exodus, chapter 7, verse number 11. Verse 11 reads as follows: But Pharaoh also called the wise men and the sorcerers. So the magicians of Egypt, they also did in like manner with enchantments. In these verses, we see that the sorcerers try to duplicate the manifestation of God. In other religions, they show these verses to see how the devil truly also have his manifestation. In these verses, we see that there is a creation of life, but I personally don't think that the devil can create life. In other religions, they use these verses to support and to say that the devil has power to do these things. And sister, I want to please ask you to explain these verses to me.
The devil also has power. Logically, our God is more powerful. But God also gifted the devil with power. And here, when there were signs or miracles with the plagues in Egypt, how many of you have read the Bible? Have you read about Egypt and the plagues? Well, we see there how the wise men, the sorcerers, they did many things and they imitated a lot of what Moses did, right? But there was something they could not imitate. For example, the plague of fleas, they were not able to imitate that, nor the death of the firstborn. So God allowed the sorcerers or the wise men, the magicians, he allowed them to also carry out that kind of magic. And God allowed them. Why? To punish Pharaoh, because he was very hard of heart. He was very rebellious. He was foolish. He was stubborn. And as he was so hard, God punished him and said, well, I'm going to allow his wise men to do the same things Moses does, so he is even more confused, so that he is even more hard of heart, and I will then need to punish him more severely. That is what happened. Because it says that every man threw down his rod and they became serpents. That happened. The Bible says so, so we need to believe it. Though people and other philosophies say it's a lie, no, we believe what the Bible says. It says that they were able to turn their rods into serpents, and that Aaron's rod, that had also turned into a serpent, it swallowed up the other ones. That is what this says. Verse 13, and Pharaoh's heart grew hard. So he did not care about the miracles and the wonders God was carrying out through Moses. He did not care. He carried on with his disbelief because he said, well, my wise men, my sorcerers, my magicians that I also have can do the same things Moses does. So why should I believe this God of Israel? Because it says Pharaoh's heart grew hard and he did not heed them. As the Lord had said to Moses, he's not going to believe. But carry on, Moses, press on, because there are many signs and many wonders that I will work in Egypt. And in the end, in maybe the last wonder that you will carry out, he told Moses, that the wise men or the magicians, sorcerers will not be able to do because I will not allow them to. So that is what happened. The last few wonders that occurred, well, the wise men, the sorcerers could not imitate because God did not permit them to. Now, what does that mean? It means God, he gives permission to the devil to do certain things. God allows the devil to punish a person or to maybe cast illness on a person. God allows the devil to do that. Why? Because maybe that person is failing God. And as they're failing God, God leaves them alone and allows the devil to do any harm he wants on them. And the devil does have power. But, of course, our God is more powerful. But the devil, the Lord has allowed him to do those things because there are people that are rebellious and stubborn, those who harden their hearts. It's because of them. But for the children of God who are obedient, who love God, who follow his ways, God will not allow the devil to harm them. God will not allow the devil to do that. That's it. God many times may tell a person, The devil has come to try and harm you many times and take your life, but I have not allowed him, nor will I allow it. That is what God says to a person sometimes. And that is so. So God is the Almighty, but yes, the devil or God allows him to do things to punish, I repeat, to punish the hard of heart, the disobedient and the foolish. That is what the Lord does. So let us believe in what the Bible says and not the opinions of other religions in regards to these matters.